Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Genesis 5, verse 29. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This one shall comfort us from our work and from the toil of our hands, from the ground which the Lord has cursed." The first phrase we have, and he called his name Noah, the name of rest and renewal. The Zohar teaches that Noah is derived from menuchah, meaning rest, tranquility, and divine repose. This name was not merely descriptive, it was prophetic. In Kabbalistic language, Noah represents the balance between judgment and mercy, the middle column that brings harmony to creation. While Adam's sins introduced turbulence into the world, Noah's birth signaled the coming of rest, the possibility that the earth would once again align with its heavenly pattern. The Zohar calls Noah the rest of the worlds above and below, for his ark would become a microcosm of divine order amid chaos. The Midrash recounts that when Noah was born, the ground miraculously softened and became fertile again. The curse pronounced upon Adam, "By the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread," began to lift. Even tools of labor became easier to use. Lamech and the elders saw these signs and exclaimed, "This one shall comfort us." The next phrase from the verse we have, "This one shall comfort us from our work and from the toil of our hands." The reversal of the curse. The toil here refers not only to physical labor, but to the spiritual burden of exile. Humanity's estrangement from the divine presence, Noah's mission was to restore balance between earth and heaven, body and spirit. Through him, the Ruach Elohim, Spirit of God, would once again hover over the waters as in creation. In deeper symbolism, Noah embodies the Zadik, the righteous foundation that sustains the world. His existence comforts creation because righteousness reconnects all worlds to their source. The Midrash interprets the comfort literally and spiritually. Literally, Noah invented the plow and agricultural tools that made cultivation easier, fulfilling Lamech's words. Spiritually, he represents comfort because his righteousness counterbalanced the sins of his generation. The next phrase we have, "from the ground which the Lord has cursed." Healing the earth. The earth, cursed since Adam's sin, awaited redemption through human righteousness. In Noah's birth, the Zohar sees a rectification of the ground itself. The curse was not undone yet, but it began to weaken. Noah is thus the first healer of the earth, the bridge between the corrupted soil of Adam and the purified world after the flood. The Zohar explains that this curse of the ground corresponds to the imbalance between the lower and higher Sephirot. Through Noah, harmony would be restored, symbolized by the ark floating between the waters of heaven and earth. The Midrash notes that when Noah was born, vegetation grew more abundantly and the soil ceased resisting cultivation. It was a visible sign of divine mercy returning to creation. The Kabbalistic symbolism behind the verse is the archetype of the Zadik. Noah, which means rest, is the balance of mercy and judgment. The phrase comfort from toil is tikkun, or rectification of Adam's curse. The righteous soul lightens the burden of creation. The phrase ground cursed by God is broken connection between heaven and earth. However, through Noah, this link begins to heal. Noah becomes the prototype of the righteous who bring cosmic rest, the one whose presence reconciles chaos into order. The lesson behind the verse: Noah's birth marks the dawn of mercy after generations of decay. His name reveals the eternal truth that divine rest is born from human righteousness. When the world labors under its own corruption, God raises a Noah, one whose very presence brings balance, comfort, and renewal to creation. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.